What's up, good folks? I said, what's up, good people? And today we have a review today, a Keeping It Real Plastic Addict review like only I can do it, right? Because on my reviews, I really do keep it real. So if there is something that is not to my liking, I'm going to say it. That's not to say no one else does, but at the same time, I really don't give a damn. I'm after giving you guys full satisfaction of what you can expect with these figures. Now, some copies may vary, I understand that, but at the same time, I gotta see if this is worth y'all's time, because it was worth my time picking it up. But again, I have no idea what these figures look like outside of the packaging or what they feel like. Here's the barcode if anybody needs it. So I did find both of these at Walmart. I do not have Modo as of the recording of this video. So yeah, maybe at the end of this video I will have them because I don't know when I'm gonna put this video out. But I promised my boy CB Hunts, he reviewed these figures not too long ago, and I said, you know what? He said, man, would you review them? I said, yeah, I'll review them. So that's what I'm doing. I try to stand and be a man of my word, excuse me. So this is for you, CB, and let's break these bad mice out the box and see what they really about. All right, guys, here we go. This is Throttle, fresh and straight out the packaging. I already have a problem with Vinnie, like just getting him in this pose, his elbow, like joint cap, whatever you want to call this part, fell off. Now, I was told these figures had some QC issues, but I had to get them in hand and find out for myself. So we're going to be figuring this out together. So let's start with this. Let's start with the accessories, right? So Vinnie does come with Throttle. Throttle does come with 3. And excuse my lighting, guys. Like, I only got one light set up right now. My setup is not really set up to be reviewing. I'm doing this as a favor, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to, like, you know, whatever. Anyway, so these 2 head sculpts look pretty good. 2 head portraits. One helmeted, one without. And they do have 2 little, what do you call these, rivets or whatever at the top of his helmet. It's pretty cool. And real quick, the biker mice. So this basically is a spinoff of Ninja Turtles, right? Because when Ninja Turtles was sweeping the nation in the 80s, everybody was trying to cash in on the Ninja Turtle hype, you know, Four Brothers, Eat Pizza, Mutagen, all that. So that's what birthed Biker Mice. It also birthed, what do you call it, Street Sharks and various other cartoon adaptations of animals. I believe Biker Mice ran for only 3 years. So the Biker Mice ship crash landed in Chicago. They was in space and they got shot down. Crash landed in Chicago on a baseball field. And the first things that Vinnie tried to do, the first thing he tried to do when they was leaving up out of the stadium on their bikes was he stopped someone from getting mugged. It was a hot dog vendor. A hot dog vendor was about to get mugged, and Vinnie here stopped it. And the first thing he ate when he was on Earth was, you guessed it, a hot dog. So all biker mice come with this hot dog. It's a plain hot dog. And what's funny is when when Vinnie was about to leave, he asked for some gray poupon. So I was like, wow, they do have a lot of references in that cartoon. I believe the cartoon was made in 1995. Yeah. So, and it ran for 3 seasons, and it got syndicated, I want to say, in 97. After quite a few episodes, over 60, I believe. But as I was talking, I hope y'all was paying attention to what I was showing. Is his extra hands. And if you guys would notice, Throttle only comes with one glove. The other one is without glove. That's why his extra hands for the other hand is without glove. Vinnie here does have two gloves, but this is his face right here, and this is his extra head portrait here. So his extra head portrait is pretty cool because it does indeed come with removable glasses. And you can see his eyes up under there. You could take his glasses off. He got a smiling face, but Throttle always has his glasses on. You never see him without them. Also in the helmet, his glasses are on, like I showed before. And then the last accessory Throttle comes with is actually this, looks like a manhole cover thrower. And it does have a working action. So if you hold it like this here and push, they will shoot out. Just like that. So it does have an action to it. And you do have 3 of them. So if you lose one, you got 2 more left to to choose from, and you just simply slide it on like this here. And they do fit very snugly in here. Oh, there you go. That one got in there. So, yep, that is how it is. That's how it looks, kind of like dry brushed or what have you. So, not bad. And then I did show the blaster. So let's go over the articulation real quick. This is what I want you guys to see, and this is what I want to see as well. Let's start off with the back of the figure. Actually, let's see here. So just taking a little brief look at the figure in general, about his boots and whatnot. Again, apologize for the lighting. Let's see here. Right. Boots. Knees come with knee pads. Got a little, his pouches here strapped on, non-removable. Same thing, he got a side weapon here and with holster. I don't believe it's removable. Jacket is pliable, aka his cut. And glasses do raise up. It looks like they are removable. Let's see. Yeah, they are removable as well. So no problem in removing it. And let's see. Almost no problem in getting them back on. There you go. So they're on pretty good. Antennas, soft, pliable. His tail in the back comes off super easy. It's just on with this ball right here. And you just port it in here. You can move it in whatever direction you want to move it in, right? But it does not have a hinge or anything. It's not bendy wire or anything like that. So let's see. Standing him up, he can look up about that much there. This little piece that drips down in the back of his hair kind of stops him from looking up any further. He does look down quite a bit. And he does have tilt. And of course, 360 motion is in full effect. For his shoulders, you can raise both of his shoulders up. And some paint just fell off. I know you guys probably didn't see that on camera, but I seen it in real time. Shoulders does come up here and they do swivel around pretty easy. And you can come out this way as well. So there will be like some flaking paint that comes off. So seems like it's all right. Now check this out. This is the joint right here with Vinnie that popped off. And I didn't even do anything crazy with it. I just trying to actually take his hands off. I was switching his hands out because those hands look better with his hands on his hips or whatever. But you do have a rotation at this wrist here. And if you do remove the hands, you will see it's a universal ball peg. So if you need to move it or whatever angle you choose to move it in, you can just move that universal ball peg. This actual like bracelet of his is not loose. It is painted on to the figure. It's a part of the figure. It's not removable. Now this here on the other side, yeah, this is also, his bandana is also painted on. But if you pop the head off, let's see how, okay, that one on kind of painted. Now I thought that this bandana was a separate piece. Guess what? It is actually attached to his jacket. So you would actually have to pop his arm off and take this whole piece off as one if you wanted a shirtless Throttle. So while I have his head popped off, might as well pop on the helmeted head just so you guys can get a decent look at that, I guess, and or see how well it actually pops on. This is why my reviews are called Keeping It Real Review, because I like to pop things on and off on camera so you guys can see if there is any troubles, if there's any issues whatsoever, because those where the issues will arise is switching accessories out and things like that. Sometimes I won't do it because for time's sake, like I understand why most reviewers probably don't do it because it takes up a lot of time to do it. And it runs your video long, and in this climate, people do have short attention spans, and when your video is too long, they just like, oh, as soon as they see the time limit, oh, 24 minutes to review a figure, oh, that's not cool. So it didn't, you know, people love getting views. I don't care about views. I could care less, you know what I mean, because my channel is not monetized, and I'm just do this for fun in my spare time, and I like to help you guys out. But continuing on with the articulation, let's put his arms back up. He can get a crunch down to about that far, and he can lean back about that far, which is not far at all. It's basically just straight up and down. He doesn't lean back at all. You can, that upper diaphragm joint does turn pretty smooth, actually. And then he has a lower waist cut here that turns also pretty smooth. So he does have ball jointed hips, so he can kick up this far. And he's going to have a problem kicking back because of, you have to raise this up maybe some more, this strap, and kick back. So he can kick back about that far. Because of this is a hindrance. Let's do this one. And there goes his tail. So yeah, it looks like it's the mold here on his actual diaper piece that's stopped him from kicking back as far as he should. But he does kick up a good amount. He does have double jointed knees, which is cool. No boot swivel, but he does have thigh swivel, and looks like he can hinge down about this much here, and he can hinge up about this much here, and he does have great ankle rockers. So no serious issues in articulating Throttle, which is cool, and I'm happy about that. Same cannot be said about Vinnie. Let's see if we can get one of these, not one of these, let's see if we can get this blaster in his hand. Let's see how this works out. Okay, that worked out pretty simple. Yeah, right on. All right, so painless pretty much here with Throttle. Vinnie, we're going to run through it super quick. Let's see, down, up, tilt, tilt, tilt. Yep. Look at that. This is the piece I was talking about, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Just fell right off. QC issue indeed. I want to say it's broke. It looks like a clean break. But hopefully I can super glue that in there or something. but as long as I flex that joint, it will come off. It's very loose. And as I said, it doesn't come off, of course. But they all have, they all have the same articulation, which is cool. But unlike Throttle, he doesn't have a strap, and he does have these like rivets or whatever coming down the side of his trousers here. His articulation is really buttery smooth. No real stiffness about it, except up top. Up top is where his joints are very stiff. You can hear the squeakiness in his arms. So yeah, and you can also see a little bit of that paint rub that I was talking about earlier, or maybe you can't because my lighting sucks. Let's see if I can get some light on it. Maybe too much light, bright light. But yeah, so articulation the same. Let's try popping one of these heads off, see how that works. Okay, and we'll pop a helmet on just like we did with Throttle. See how this works. I like the twist on when coming on, if it gives a little bit of struggle. And seems to come on pretty good. I think it's in there. Yeah, it's in there. Decent enough. Especially since you want that range of motion. I don't think it's always seated. Now it is. Now it's always seated. I felt it like seat. But yeah, you still get a great range of motion looking up. And that's important for bicycle riders. You want them to look up a little bit more. Obviously, they're not flying characters, so they're not going to they don't need a crazy amount of lookup, but you still want it. But it's pretty cool nonetheless. Yeah, it's very stiff up top, guys. So just be mindful of that. And he does come with, let's set him up here. He does come with some accessories himself. So I get him set up here. So we'll check out some of these accessories. For Vinnie, he does come with 2 fists, right? And this is the sculpt that I had on him with basically his mouth closed, and he has one with his mouth open right here. And he also comes with a blaster as well, and he comes with a hot dog. There it is there. And his weapon actually does function as well. So let's see, you move this back and forth, and it's like he holds it here. It's like it clamps. You can clamp it around someone's waist or someone's neck. That can fit in there. Then he also has a secondary weapon, melee weapon. And it's like a crowbar. And funny thing about this crowbar, as he stopped, a mugger from mugging one of the hot dog stand people in the tunnel of the baseball stadium, he also took the mugger's crowbar and he threw it at him, but then he blasted it with his bike. And this is not the exact crowbar because this has a little attachment or something. This piece is coming off of the crowbar. So I think this is probably one of his and not an earth crowbar. But let's see if we can get one of his hands. Yeah, let's change a hand out and see how that works. Works out good. You will have to hold the ball by here to change it out, because if you don't, it'll pull the whole peg out. I did notice that. So slide that in there, and you can hold it this way. Almost looks like a gun here, the way he got his crowbar. So yeah, not going to spend too much time already. Review's kind of long, basically longer than everybody else's because of what I did. Again, I don't have moto, and I didn't stop the camera at all. But this is the review here, guys. I hope I was helpful. I hoped I made your decision easy to get or not to get these Biker Mice from Mars figs. If I was to grade these biker mice from Mars figs as a whole, I will give them a even 7. 7, right? Articulation is pretty cool. I would have gave it an 8 if my elbow did not fall off. My elbow joint didn't fall off. They would have got a higher score, but obviously it did. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with your hunts. If you're patient enough, even an egg can and will grow legs. It's your boy, Plastic Addict. Collect what you love what you collect, and I'll see you next time. Plastic Addict, out. Okay, real quick, what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to leave you guys without no size comparisons. So size comparison, Vinnie, he stands to the top of his antenna, looks like to be 6.5, a little bit more than 6.5 inches. Let's call it at 6 7/8. Yeah. And for Throttle, to the top of his antenna, about 7 1/4 inches, about there. So Vinnie definitely is smaller in stature and smaller in his muscle size. So here's how they stand next to a Marvel Legends Wolverine. Here is a Marvel Legends Iron Fist. Here is a Marvel Legends Luke Cage. A McFarlane Toys Batman. And lastly, we have a SH Figure Arts Deadpool. So that's it. Laters.